Yo, maricón, maricón, mariposa, marito, maria, naribu, nariga, brunamida, brunamida, okay, 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 okay. You say so, Bobby, you say so. You fight bucks, that's it. You fight bucks, that's it, daddy, I want the milk and cookies, daddy. Daddy, I want the milk and cookies, daddy. I want the milk and cookies, daddy. I want the milk and cookies, daddy. And daddy, can you get the kind that say turned up there, daddy? Can you get the kind that say turned up there, daddy? Can you get the kind that say turned up there, daddy? The fuck they got going on, Bo? The fuck they got going on? Family
Upon
full of
reaching
yay, but
level
not
15
one of
as a
them say
druid,
it.
druidic spirit offerings
Fuck
will
you
begin dropping
mean?
from enemies,
Fuck you
which you can turn
mean?
in at TUR Dulra to increase your power.
Can you get the kind that say turned up
Barrier,
there, daddy?
41%. Wretched Delve. Bottom action button.
That bitch just say
Interact.
turn. That bitch just say turn.
Left
Alright,
shoulder button.
Alright, we got a
Fractured
L
peaks.
tie
Bottom
going
action
on. What is
button.
this? Fractured.
Untrack. Whisper. Directional pad right. Whisper. Forsaken core. The hell tide rises. Slay foes and complete activities to collect aberrant cinders used to unlock tortured
Alright, back in
gifts.
the ambiance.
Ends
Back
in
in the
15 minutes.
ambiance.
Direct.
Let me
Keji
just set
stab.
my favorite marker.
Whisper.
And,
Bottom. Dry steps. Waypoint. Saragar. Services. Armory.
Saragar?
Stash. Wardrobe.
Damn.
Select difficulty. Artificer's obelisk. Heal. Weapons. Armor
I
vendor.
don't really feel like dealing with
Rings
that
and
like shit
amulets.
today, bro. Like,
Purveyor of curiosities. Stable master.
my
Blacksmith.
daddy always told me to watch
Alchemist.
myself.
Occultist. Jeweler. Bottom action button. Top action button. Favorite.
So yeah,
Fractured
Kyo.
Peaks. Season quest. The Lord of Lies. Whisper.
So what? Head over
Season
there
quest.
now?
Bottom action button. Priority quest. Master
Okay,
working.
okay,
Master
okay,
armory. Keji
okay.
Nahantu. Waypoint. Favorited. Samuk.
That's my
Stash.
favorite.
Bottom act. Fractured Peaks. Priority quest. Mast. Waypoint. Teleport. Barbarians have various ways to become berserk, which grants increased damage and movement speed.
Right here, you better be able to move, boy. You better be able to move. Your big ass better be ready to move.
Kyovashad. Barrier, 0%. TUR Dulra, Shoreline.
You know
Bottom
what?
action button.
I gotta
TUR
work on
Dulra,
my
Shoreline.
Death Guard. That's
Bottom
right.
action button.
That payback.
Interact.
No, it's just a push. Stop playing with me, Bo. Stop playing
Demayan.
with me, Bo.
No
Occultist.
witchcraft
Occultist.
here.
Demayan.
Only honest magic.
Imprint aspect. Item, ruthless lush cuff. Fist passage, nobility eye. Doom treads of duelist.
I mean, if it's nothing better,
Equipped,
then I'll
life
keep
ward,
it, but
codex
damn.
of power, accelerating aspect.
Lock in,
Rank
bitch.
10/21. Critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed by 19%. Aspect of accursed touch. Rank 15/21. Aspect of apogeic furor. Rank 5/21. Casting an ultimate skill increase. Aspect of apprehension. Rank 14 / Aspect of binding morass. Aspect of bristling vengeance. Rank 14/21. Payback now echoes forward and additionally deals 116% 90 to 130% of your thorns damage to enemies. Salvage a legendary item with aspect of bristling vengeance
And
of
then the
higher
Echo
roll
Floor
to
before?
upgrade. Spiritborn. Bottom action button. Select. Left action button. Mark as
Bristling
favorite.
Vengeance. I may have
Aspect
to
of
do that
combined
just
strikes.
to see what
Rank aspect
this
of
shit
elements.
really rocking.
Aspect of endless talent. Aspect of falling fifth. Aspect of endless talons. Rank 5/21. Razor wings hits increase your eagle skill damage by 1% for 4 seconds. Aspect of falling feathers. Rank 6/21. Aspect of inevitable fate. Aspect of infestation. Rank 14/20. Aspect of intercom. Aspect of pestilence. Aspect of plains power. Aspect of potent exchange. Aspect of recalling feathers. Rank 12/20. Aspect of redirected force. Aspect of retribution. Aspect of simple reprisal. Rank 12/21. When you cast the third attack of your basic skills, you have a 21% 10 to 30% chance to unleash payback. Aspect of the expectant.
Nah, I think that's
Rank 6/8. After attacking enemies with a basic skill, increase the damage of your next core skill cast within 5 seconds by aspect of the moonrise. Rank 10 aspect of unyielding hits.
Honestly.
Rank 10/21. Aspect of wild claws. Rank 14/21. Rake manifests a spirit jaguar which also casts Rake at a random enemy, dealing 78% 65 to 85% base damage. Salvage a legendary item with aspect of wild claws of higher roll to upgrade. Spiritborn.
Rake manifests a
Bottom
spirit
action button.
jaguar.
Select.
Also cast
Left action button. Mark as favorite. Blood boiling aspect. Rank 10. Bristleback aspect. Conceited aspect. Edge masters aspect. Rank 8/21. Exploiters aspect. Edge masters aspect. Rank 8/21. Exploiters aspect. Fell soothsayers aspect. Rank 16/21. When you cast an incarnate, insatiable aspect. Fell soothsayers aspect. Rank 16/20. Insatiable aspect. Rank 12/ Needle flare aspect. Rapid aspect. Reaper's aspect. Rapid aspect. Reaper's aspect. Rank 16/ Rebounding aspect. Rank 2/21. Quill volleys. Ruthless aspect. Rank 12/21. Your critical strike chance. Rebounding aspect. Rank 2/21. Quill volleys feathers explode at their apex and return to where they were cast, both dealing 36% 35 to 55% of their normal damage. Salvage a legendary item with rebounding aspect of higher roll to upgrade. Spiritborn. Bottom action button. Select. Left action button. Mark as favorite. Rebounding aspect. Rebounding light. Material cost. Attention. Material cost. Imprint aspect. 0 gold.
Fare thee well.
Carrick, ruthless,
Okay,
adroit, nobility, two-handed, feet, legs, ring. Equipped. Rebounding life ward loop. Legendary ring. 725 item power. Plus. Holy Decree, Zavek. Blacksmith, Zavek. Blacksmith, Zavek. Tempering. Ruthless Lush Cut, Prof, Tort, Neck. Ring. Rebounding, Offensive. Elemental Finesse, Worldly, Eagle Fin, Jaguar Finesse, Eagle Finesse, Jaguar Finesse, Natural Finesse, Elemental Fin, Gorilla Finesse, Centipede Finesse, Sharpened Finesse. Offensive. Resource, Worldly Stability.
Welcome
Jaguar
to my
Efficiency.
home away from home.
Eagle Efficiency. Rare, Centipede Efficiency. Fitness Efficiency, Gorilla Efficiency. Rare. 15 point, Fitness. Worldly Stability. Rare. 8.02 Jaguar Efficiency. Rare, Resource. Carrick, Ruthless Lush Cut. Hired Mercenary. Active, Reinforcement. Hired Mercenary. Normal Node. Rare Glyph. Headhunter, Ultimate Skills shift the tide of battle. The Protector. Nourishment, Enable, Rock Split, Crushing, Armored Hide, Pape, Armored, Rock Splitter, Thrash. Rank 7/5. Item Contribution, 2. Basic. Jaguar.
I
Mobility.
guess I can get rid of Thrash.
With Ring Fist, Rake. Rank 5/5. Ravager. Counterattack, Concussive Stomp. Rank 8/5. Item Contribution, 3. Razor Wings. Potency. Rushing Claw. Rank 4/5. Potency. Jaguar. Mobility. Charges, Count, Ravage, Rake. Rank 5/5.
Oh my
Core.
god.
Basic. Jaguar. Vigor cost, 30. Conjure claws that rake through enemies in front of you, dealing 729 damage before exploding for an additional 1094 damage. Modifiers. Casting Rake grants a stack of ferocity. Hitting at least one enemy with Rake reduces your longest active cool. Thrash. Rank 7/5. Item Contribution, 2. Basic. Jaguar. Mobility. Generate Vigor, 8. Dive at an enemy and slash into it, dealing 500 damage. Nourishment.
Okay, let's get rid of Thrash.
Accel. Thrash. Enhanced. Sharp. Enhanced threat. With ring. Ranks.
I'm here to
Thrash.
make the Withering Fist better.
Base. Vigor. Rake. Quill Volley. Core. Quill Volley. Enhanced. Enhanced. Advantageous Quill Volley. Quill Volley hurls out 3 additional feathers and deals 10% increased damage to each enemy per hit. Rampant Quill Volley. Quill Volley's feathers fly 50% further and converge on your target with 0.2% additional critical strike chance for each point of vigor you had on cast. You may only select one upgrade. Not yet learned. Bottom action button. Learn. Ramp. Advantageous Quill Volley. Quill Volley hurls out 3 additional feathers and deals 10% increased damage to each enemy per hit. You may only select one upgrade. Rampant Quill Volley. Quill Volley's feathers fly 50% further and converge on your target with 0.2% additional critical strike chance for each point of vigor you had on cast. You may only select one upgrade. Not yet learned. Bottom action button. Learn. Rampant Quill Volley. Quill Volley. Quill Volley. Quill Volley. Quill volley. Rampant quill volley. Carrick, Ruth, Spirit. Normal node. Core skills spent, innate, rake. Quill volley, rake. Withering, rake. Rank, quill volley. Withering, quill volley. Rank 5/5. With, concussive, rushing, concussive, withering fist. Rank, quill volley. Withering, rushing claw. With, quill, thrash. Rank 2/5. Thrash. Quill volley. Soar, quill, rake. Quill volley. Thrash, quill volley, thrash, rake. Withering fist, concuss, rushing claw. Rank 4/5. Potency. Jaguar. Mobility. Charges, concut, with, rake. Quill, withering fist, rake. Withering, rake. Withering fist, rake. Withering fist, concussive, rake. Rank 5/5. Core. Basic. Jaguar. Vigor cost, 30. Conjure claws that rake through enemy, rake. Abilities, right shoulder button. Ozrin. Weapons, Carrick, Adroit, Ruthless Lush Cuff. Legendary Ring. Vamp, Wind Striker Doom Shreds. Legendary Boots, Nobility, Adventurer's Pants of Archon Folds of Concussed, Gilded Poliarm of Bristling Vengeance. Legendary Poliarm. 750 item, Doom Treads of Soil Power. Duelist Sovereign Helm. Zavek. Blacksmith, Zavek. Salvage. Aspect upgraded. Wind Striker aspect has been upgraded in the Codex of Power. Holy Decree. Bottom action button. Interact. Remill. Bottom action button. Interact.
Did I repair?
Remill. Bottom action button. Interact. Strange Beggar. Bottom action button. Interact.
The light you're here. My boy, I think he's possessed.
Holy Decree, Zavek. Blacksmith, Zavek. Salvage, Blacksmith, Zavek. Repair. Item repaired. Blacksmith. Holy Decree. Bottom action button. Interact. Strange Beggar. Bottom action button. Interact. Priest Self, you have reached your select difficulty. Bottom left shoulder button. Hawazar. Waypoint, Keji Stand. Done. Whisper. Bottom action, Keji side, bottom action button. Warning. Your return town portal will be closed once, Kyovashad. Warning. Your return town portal will be closed once you leave town. Frost. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Ice Clan Impaler. Vigor 41%. Over here. Vigor 62%. Area
Hold it forward. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 41%. Mirroring Ice Planet, Grave Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 61%. Grave Ice Mariana reinforcement. Grave Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 81%.
Character.
Alright,
Normal node. Core skill. Rampant quick ramp. Advantageous. Trigger 0%. Area reinforcement. Trigger 21%. Trigger 41%. Area reinforcement. Trigger 62%. Trigger 82%. Area reinforcement. Trigger 0%. Trigger 21%. Area reinforcement. Trigger 41%. Area reinforcement. Trigger 82%. Character. Spirit. A hired mercenary. Reinforcements will cast when the player casts Quill Volley. Hired mercenary.
alright.
Right here. Left shoulder button. Keji Stan. Nahantu. Bottom undiscovered. Nahan. 0%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 62%. Vigor 82%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. The Hell Tide has risen in multiple left shoulder button.
Let's get it. Where
The
is
Hell
it?
Tide rises. Directional pad waypoint. Girnde, stash. Eel. Dungeon. Blood-soaked crag. A feasting ground. Directional pad dungeon. Charnel house. Bodies are stored here, some still alive. Directional dungeon. Sealed archives. An ancient maid. Directional pad. The Hell Tide rises. Slay foes. Directional pad right. Search in party finder. Right analog stick down. List in party
yeah,
finder.
I forgot I had that.
Trigger 0%. Variant reinforcement. Trigger 21. Ice Clan Marauder. Ice Clan Marauder. Trigger 95%. Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 0%. Chest. Ring. Vigor 21%. Roast Wing. Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 82%. Roast Wing. Vigor 0%. Roast Wing. Vigor 21%. Ice Clan Shaman. Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 9. Ice Clan Marauder. Ice Clan Mauler. Vigor 68. Ice Clan Marauder. Vigor 89%. Vigor 0%. Prowler. Vigor 21%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Wrathful Phantom. Vigor 82%. Cloaked Luck. Vigor 0%. Storm Ward. Vigor 42%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 63%. Vigor 83%. Wrathful Pet, Storm Lord. Vigor 3 here. Vigor 89%. Melnix, Apparition Incursion joined. Apparition Incursion. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Right here. Wrathful Phantom. Vigor 1%. Right here. Vigor 21%. Wood Rage. Vigor 96. Wrathful Phantom. Vigor 1. Wrathful First Kill. Vigor 43. Variant of Reinforcement. First Kill. Vigor 0%. Wrathful Phantom. Wrathful Phantom. Minion. Frostbite Trail. Vigor 0%. Aerial and Apparition escape into the Vigor Apparition Incursion. Vigor 49%. Frostbite Trails, Apparition Incursion. Shallow Riverbanks. Vigor Dreadful Spider. Shivering Spider. Wretched Spider here. Vigor 93, Ice Plant, Hatchling. Spike, Shivering Spider. Spider Host, Minion, Hatchling. Frostbite Trails. Vigor 98%. Spider. Vigor 0%. Variant of Reinforcement. Barrier, 20, Vigor 21%. Shattering Spider. The Anemic Falls. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Slain Knight Penitent. Bottom action button. Interact. Loose Stone. Bottom action button. Hollow Tree. Bottom action button. Interact. Directional pad up. To jump, directional pad up, Path of Stray Souls. Barrier, 59%. Jars. Vigor 0%. Variant Area, event joined. Wayward Soul. Slay the enemies. File 1. Vigor 42%. Wayward Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Wayward Soul. Speak to the Wayward Soul. Escort the Wayward Soul to their loved one. Wayward Soul. Over here. Vigor 0%. File 1. Vigor 47%. Wayward Soul. Vigor 67. File 1. File 1. Vigor 0%. Wayward Soul. Vigor 21%. File. Wrathful Phantom. File 1. Wrathful Phantom. Horror Corpse Axe. Wayward Soul. Wrathful Phantom. File 1. File 1. File 3. File Shaman. File 1. Here. Wayward Soul. File 1. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Wayward Soul. Variant of Reinforcement. File Shaman. Vigor 100%. File 1. Vigor 1%. File 1. Vigor 23%. Wayward Soul. File 1. Vigor 43%. Vigor 64%. Wayward Soul. File 1. Vigor 85%. File 1. File 1. File Shaman. File 1. Wayward Soul. Mastery. Find their loved one before time runs out. File 1. Vigor 0%. Wayward Soul. Vigor 21%, Vigor 46%, Wrathful Phantom, Jars, Wrathful Phantom, Wayward Soul, Vile Overseer, File 1, Vile Wrathful Phantom, File 1, Vigor 80, File 1, Wayward Soul, Vile Shaman, File 1, Vigor 0, Jars, Barrier, 26%, Wayward Soul, Vigor 50, File 1, Vile Overseer, File 1, right here, Vigor 21%, Wayward Soul, right here, Vigor 42%, Vigor 62%, File 1, Wayward Soul, Vigor, File 1, Vile Shaman, Vile Shaman, Vile Shaman, File 1, Vigor 21%, File 1, File 1, Wayward Soul, Vigor, File Overseer, Vigor, File Shaman, Vigor, File 1, Vigor not, File Overseer,
Don't leave.
Wayward Soul, Vigor 0%, Vigor 21%, Vile Shaman, Vigor 6, Wayward Soul, escort the Wayward Soul to their loved one, slay the remaining enemies, Mastery, find their loved one before time runs out, Vigor 71%, Scrimshaw, Strider's Leggings, Vigor 91%, Horror Archer, File 1, File Unity, Horror Archer, Horror Corpse Bow, Vigor 42%,
Oh yeah.
here, Vigor 63%, Loose Stone, Bottom Action Button, Interact, File 1, Vigor File 1, Horror Archer, Vigor 92%, Loose Stone, Bottom Act, Path of Stray Souls, File, Horror, Barrier, 67, Path of Stray Souls, Barrier, 37%, Containers, Vigor 21%, Containers, Variant Reinforcement, Vigor 41%, Cleveland, Mother's Disciple, Vigor 0%, File 1, File Shaman, El Pumas Puzzlistic, File 1, Minion, Horror Archer, Vigor 41%, Containers, Vigor 62%, Vigor 88%, Mother's Disciple, Variant Reinforcement, Maniac, Mother's Chosen, Vigor 1, Mother's Chosen, Vigor 28%, Mother's Chosen, here, Mother's Chosen, Variant Reinforcement, Barrier, Vigor 21%, Forger, Vigor 85%, Maniac, Forger, Vigor 30%, Maniac, Forger, Executioner, Mother's Chosen, Maniac, Vigor 42%, Forger, Vigor 62%, Space, Bottom Action Button, Interact, Vigor 82%, Slain Barbarian, Bottom Action Button, Interact, Forger, Minion, Maniac, Minion, Vigor 88%. Path of Stray Souls. Entering the Helltide. Slay foes, collect aberrant cinders, and exchange tortured souls. Here. File, Sin Eater, File 1. Vigor 90%. Event joined. Crucible of Cinders. Vigor 1%. Vile Charge 6. Vigor 40. Insidious Ritual. Find the Ritualists. Slay the Ritualists. 6. Vigor 1. Charge 6. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 100%. Vigor 0. Vigor 27%. Vigor 50. Vigor 83%. Vigor 0%. Vigor 31. Vigor 58%. Vile Shaman. Vigor 79%. Vile Shaman. Vigor 99%. Vile 1. Vigor 1%. Rubble. Vigor 22%. Insidious Ritual. Slay the Ritualists. 3. Vile Overseer. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vile Lunatic. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vigor 60. Vigor 86%. Directional pad up. Directional pad up. Climb down. Vile Shaman. Vigor 44%. Damned Soul. Directional pad up. To climb down. Vigor 64%. Insidious Ritual. Slay the Ritualists. Defeat Rocco-Shan Fester. Vigor 1%. Greater Highland Boots. Vigor 21%. Wanderer. Chaldean Plate. Rune. Chaldean Plate. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Tainted Sin Eat, the Crown of Fiends. Area Reinforcement. Grey Vile Overseer. Vile Shaman. Named Norvexen 33. 1 Vile 1. Vigor Vile Lunatic. Vigor Tortured Souls. Vigor 69%. Norvexen 33. Area Reinforcement. Vigor 56%. We're here. Vigor 77. Tutoring Abominant. Norvexen 33. 100. Vile Overseer. We're here. Vigor 55%. Vigor 0%. Vile 1. Vigor 47%. We're here. Vigor 67%. Vile 1. Vile Lunatic. We're here. Vigor 87%. Vile 1. We're here. Vigor 21%. Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 41%. Vigor 0%. Skittering Abomination. Vigor 25%. Wayfarer's Folly. Vigor 45%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 65%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 80. Barrier. Vigor 0%. Vigor 30%. Fallen. Fallen Overseer. Vigor 93%. Tortured Souls. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Boots. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Shattering. Barrier. Hell hit. Hell fallen horror art. Tainted fallen open. Shocking fallen open. For here to catch trap. Vigor 71%. Horror. Vigor 92%. Vigor 0. Vigor 28%. Vigor 40. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 20. Vigor 49%. Horror Corpse Master. Vigor 70%. Helltide Prophet. Raid Helltide Zealot. Bloodthirsty Helltide Zealot. Vile 1. Vigor 0%. Right here. Vigor 21%. Healing Well. Bottom action button. Interact. Healing well. Bottom action button. Interact. Escalate horror. Horror corpse hacks. Vigor 0%. Horror captain. Vigor 21%. Kalen soft. Horror corpse hacks. Vigor 40. Variant reinforcement. Fallen. Vigor 96%. Wild shaman. Vigor 1%. Kalen saw 36. Vigor 21%. Orvane. Bottom healing well. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 41%. Vigor 7. Horror corpse act. Wretched souls. Wretched souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 0%. Vile overseer. Horror corpse act. Horror. Vigor 93%. Variant reinforcement. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 57%. Rogue wall. Vigor 7. Vile lunatic. Vigor 100%. Disintegrate. Vigor 0%. Variant reinforcement. Barrier 36%. Vigor 21%. Wretched souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Cursed altar. Cursed altar. Requires 1 baneful heart. Vigor 29%. Accursed altar. Requires 1 baneful heart. Bottom action button. Accursed altar. Requires 1 baneful heart. Bottom action button. Accursed altar. Requires 1 baneful heart. Vigor 90. Fallen shaman. Spawn of soul burner. Spawn of the damned. Spawn of the damned. Spawn of the fallen shaman. Soul burner. Variant reinforcement. Lord Hexen. Soul burner. Spawn of the damned. Billy Vile 1. Vigor 40. Vile 1. Horror. Horror. Vile 1. Vigor 0%. Lord Vexen 34. Fallen. Vile 1. Fallen. Vile 1. Fallen over. Spawn. Soul burner. Soul burner. Vigor 20. Fallen. Lord Vexen 50. Spawn. Fallen shaman. You're here. Lord Vexen 34. 100. Vile overseer. Soul. Spawn of the damned. Variant arena. Spawn of bloodthirsty razor spine. You're here. 47. Bloodthirsty. Shattering razor spine. Spawn of the field. Bloodthirsty razor spine. Bloodthirsty razor spine. You're here. Shattering razor spine. There. Fallen. Vigor 0. Life 76%. Beach of Bear Tribe. Variant arena. Denied. Beach of Bear Tribe. Vigor 0. Vigor 28%. Life 66%. All Goblin people. Life You will lose 10% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. Gloves and Alzheimer's. 0. Hell skittering abomination. Arsonist. Helltide zealot. Arsonist. We're here. Helltide zealot. Vigor 21%. Damned soul. Bottom action button. Vigor 62%. Gallovine. Bottom action button. Interact. Skittering abomination. Channeling shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 4. Channeling shrine. Bottom action button. Vigor 68%. Orvane. Bottom action button. Interact. Helltide zealot. Wayfarer's Call. File 1. Horror. Horror corpse act. Horror. Area. Horror archer. Sin eater. Loves and also. Vigor 21%. Skittering abomination. Wayfarer's Follow. Vigor 82%. Talking damage. Horror. Horror corpse act. Vigor. Horror. Vigor 0%. Brick 8. Variant arena. Fallen overseer. Overseer. Soul Burner. Kalen Saw 37. Kalen Saw 37. You have died. You will lose 10% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint.
Stop playing with me.
Gloves of Alzec. Barrier.
Fucking easy.
Area reinforcement. Marauder. Vigor 72%. Firebrand. Vigor 92%. Wayfarer's Folly. Ring. Fallen Shaman. Fallen
No, you goddamn dirty word.
Firebrand. Vigor 90%. Bluffed Ring. Flick. Accursed Altar. Accursed Altar. Required. Accursed Ritual has been disturbed. Dawn of the Dead. Fallen. Soul Bavarian Reinforcement. Vigor 90. Kalen Saw Revere. Kalen Saw 37. Soul Burner. Dawn of the Dam. Soul Burner. Vigor 0%. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 21%. Fallen Uniform. Bavarian Reinforcement. Fallen Uniform. Vigor 85. Dawn of the Dam. Vigor 1%. Kalen Saw 37. Dawn of the Dead. Fallen Overseer. Kalen Saw 37. Fallen Luminous. Vigor 0%. Dawn of the Dam. Vigor 22%. Vigor 42%. Kalen Saw 30. Fallen Shaman. Cindy. Fallen Luminous. Vigor 20. Dawn of the Dam. Vigor 45%. Dawn of the Dam. Fallen Luminous. Cindy. Vigor 0. Vortex 24. Kalen Saw 37. Vigor 69%. Vigor 90. Vigor 0%. Marauder. Yago Abal. Nathuk Revere. Kalen Saw Anodite. Barrier. 99%. Anodite. Vigor 0.
Hang on this motherfucking head, dude. What the fuck is
Barrier.
it?
77%. Vigor 70. Kalen Saw 36.
What you thought this was, dude?
Gloves of Alzec. Vigor 23%. Wayfarer's Folly. Vigor 44%. File 1. Vigor. Hecantalk. Vigor 80. File 1. Accursed Ritual has been. Vigor 41%. File 1. Vigor 62%. File 1. Vigor 82%. Skittering Abomination. Snowy Skittering Abomination. Gloves of Alzec. Barrier. Horror. Vigor 69%. Wretched Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Fallen Lunar. Fallen. Vigor 23%. Pestilent. Soul Burner. Vigor. Fallen Shaman. Dawn of the Dam. Fly Swarm. Vigor 2%. Revere. Fallen Shaman. What it is 54. Pestilent Ghost. Pestilent Ghost. Soul Burner. Vigor 21%. RB 50. Kalen Saw 30. Shocking Fallen. Dawn of the Dam. Soul Burner. Kalen Saw 30. Blister Flow. Kalen Saw Corona. Alon Thunder Dancer. Vigor 0. What is 54. 129. Alon Thunder Dancer. Barrier. 0%. RB 55. RB 55. 260. Vigor 0%. Dawn of the Dam. Vigor 21%. Kalen Saw 38. Vigor 41%. Horror Archer. Accursed Ritual has been disturbed. Vigor 89%. Fallen Shaman. Fallen Overseer. File 1. Kalen's Arsonist. Firebrand. Vigor 49. Gloves of Alzec. Pestilent Ghost. Marauder. Vigor Arsonist. Terror's Folly. Vigor 99%. Horror Archer. Dreadful Horror. The forces of hell grow angry. Vigor 24%. Horror Corpse Apps. Vigor 91%. Barrier. Helltide Zealot. Horror Captain. Horror. Horror Archer. Horror Archer. Horror Corpse Apps. Variant of horror corpse hacks. Vigor 21%. Vigor 65%. Life 100%. Covens. Striders. Horror corpse hacks. 41%. Horror archer. Vigor 0%. Arsonist. Grape. Bluffs of Halsey. Shocking Vile 1. Terror's Folly. Variant of reinforcement. An accursed ritual has been disturbed. Vigor 96%. Wretched Soul. Rune Bat. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 42%. Horror Archer. Vigor 82%. Horror Archer. Raheem. Vigor 0%. Soul Burner. What is 55? Fallen. Vigor 68%. Spawn of the Dam. Halo Soccer. Soul Burner. Spawn of the Dam. Vigor 48%. Vigor 68%. Spawn of the Dam. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 0. Spawn of the Dam. Soul Burner. Halo Soccer. Fallen Shaman. Soul Burner. Halo Soccer. Soul Burner. Vigor 7. RB 56. Viola. Vigor 23%. What it is 55. 1. 4 action and what it is 55. 100. What it is 50. Variant of reinforcement. Damn slow. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor. What it is 55. 129. Vigor 68%. Cursed altitude. Requires 180. Cursed. Vigor. Spawn of the Dam. Halen Saw 38. File Overseer. Soul Burner. Vigor 43. Halen Saw 38. Soul Burner. Fallen Loop. Spawn of the Dam. Vigor 4. Marauder. Vigor 68. Soul Burner. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 0%. Soul Burner. Spawn of the Soul Burner. Soul Burner. Soul Burner. Fallen Shaman. Spawn of the Dam. Horror Archer. Vigor 50. Fallen Lunatic. Fallen. Spawn of the Sack Butcher 60. 1. Spawn of the Dam. Vigor 44. Sack Butcher 60. 190. Fallen Lunatic. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 22%. Soul Burner. Vigor 47 per year. Healings. Vorvex 35. Healings on 38. Vigor 31. Irina. Vorvex 35. Now retreat. Peace Lord. Healings on 38. Horror corpse hacks. Vigor 45%. Helm. Vigor 65%. Glaive. Halen Saw 38. Vigor 86%. Spawn of the Dam. Spawn of the Dam. Vigor 1%. Varianarian Ring. Sin Eating. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. File 1. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 62%. Vigor 82%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 1%. Dawn of the Damned. Vigor 21%. File over. File 1. Vigor 4. File Shaman. Lots of Alzan. Vigor 93%. Horror Archer. Horror Archer. Horror. Vigor 0. Bloodthirst Sleep. File Lunatic. Horror. Horror. Soul Burner. File Overseer. Vigor Soul Burner. Vigor 0%. Horror Corpse Hacks. Vigor 21. File Lunatic. Minion. Vigor 41%. Painted Violet. Way Terror's Falling. Vigor 0%. Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. File variant of reinforcement. Slice 1. File 1. Vigor 70%. Reduce. Vigor 0%. Hell Caller Skittering Abomination. Delete. Vigor Damn Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 21%. Hell Tide Vigor 48%. File 1. Vigor 68%. Vigor 88%. Variant Arena Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 0%. Bluffs of Alzey. Vigor 21%. Horror Captain. Horror. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Soul Burner. Vigor 100%. Spawn of the Dead. File 1. Vigor 27%. Slicer. Vigor 47%. Arsonist. Arsonist. Vigor 0%. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 42%. Over here. Vigor 62%. File Luminous. Vigor 80. Firebrand. Arsonist. File. Helltide Country. Vigor 66%. Pestilential. Vigor 86%. Pestilential. Brigade. Vigor Crusher. Broad. Firebrand. Vigor 21%. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Arsonist. Vigor 89. Paragon 107. Plus 1. Vigor 23%. Helltide Zealot. Minion. Helltide Prophet. Minion. Vigor 98%. The Field of Broken Spears. You have reached your destination. Spawn of the Damned. Vigor 0%. Fly Swarm. Vigor 21%. Garlic Slouch. Vigor 60. Vigor 87. Vigor 0%. Rune. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Wretched Souls. Wretched Souls. Bottom Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 81%. Spawn of the Damned. Vigor 0%.
Oh yeah.
Spawn of the Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 21%. Fallen. Vigor 61%. Vile Shaman. Vigor 80. Nightmare Vile Over. Vile 1. Dreadful Cleaver. Dreadful Cleaver. Maniac. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vile Shaman. Vigor 41%. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Execution. Vigor 84%. Variant of reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Variant of reinforcement. Strong up the gap. Vigor 62%. Vigor 82%. Variant of reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Bloodhawk. Bloodhawk. Vigor 81%. Area reinforcement. Spawn of the dam. Spawn of the dam. Vigor 44%. Vigor 64%. Call the Player's Outpost. Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 0%. Forger. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Vigor 45%. Exit Fort right here. Vigor 65%. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies Life 70. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. 21%. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Cleaver. Vigor 86%. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Vigor 1%. Fallen Lunatic. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Executioner. Cleaver. Maniac. Vigor 6. Maniac. Vigor 82%. Wretched Souls. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Tortured Souls. Tortured Souls. Cleaver. Cleaver. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Barrier. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 45%. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Vigor 65%. Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 8. Area reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Fallen Lunatic. Vigor 62%. Here. Barrack Tinoxi Bloodpulse. Barrier. 0 for Tortured Souls. Vigor 0% right here. Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 42%. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Vigor 62%. Soul Burner. Vigor 83%. Soul Burner. Barrier, 28%. Vigor 21%. Mariana reinforcement. Vigor 41%. Damned Soul. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Fallen Lunatic. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41. Remaining dreadful before Barrier 0%. Covenant. Vigor 21%. Directional pad up. To climb down. Call the Wicked. Slay all enemies in the Player's Outpost. Defeat Ashot Bolt Crawler. Vigor. Directional pad up. Vigor 61%. Fallen Lunatic. Soul Burner. Vigor 0%. Directional pad
That's
up.
a lot of fucking...
To climb down. Vigor 21%. Directional pad up. To
I gotta
climb up.
manage this shit properly.
Right here. Vigor 41%. Ashot Vigor 21%. Wretched Solution. Barrier. Event complete. Call the Wicked, 29,621 XP. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Call the Wicked. Beat Ashot Mold Crawler. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Gallovine. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Fallen. Barrier, 64%. Spawn of the Damned. Barrier, 15%. Barrier, 44%. Fallen. Soul Burner. False Soul Burner. Spawn of the Damned. Annihilator. World boss spawning soon in Nahantu. World boss spawning soon in Fractured Peaks. Fallen Overseer, Annihilator. Vigor 63%. Vigor 83%. Wretched Souls. The Field of Broken Spears, directional pad up. Directional pad up. To climb up. Helltide Zealot. Vigor 6, Helltide Prophet. Vigor Vile Shaman. Vile Shaman. Fallen Lumen. Over here. Vigor 0 for Annihilator. Vigor 3 here. Barrier, 45%, Vigor 71%. Vile Overseer, Bloodhawk. Vigor 52%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 73%.
Yeah, I gotta play hooky.
Vigor 93%. Fallen Lunatic. Fallen. Soul Burner. Spawn of the Damned. Soul Burner. Annihilator. Vigor 0%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Barrier, 0%. DHYSRYSS40. Vigor 0%. Ring. Vigor 21%. Ignorance Thunder Dancer. Barrier, Vigor 41%. While Lunatic. Vigor 61%. Wanderer's Cap, Ring. Vigor 81%. Fiery, Corrupted, Orbit. Mono Action Button. Interact. Barrier, 28%. Fallen. Vigor 0%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Fallen Overseer. Vigor 88%. Poliarm. Ring. Wanderer's Cap. Annihilator. Vigor 0%. Vigor 22%. Spawn of the Damned. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 42%. Warning. The Hell Tide will recede in less than 5 minutes. Vigor 62%. Vigor 82%. Fallen. Barrier, 64%. Barrier, 30%. Fallen. Vigor 0%. Fallen Overseer. Vigor 22%. Fallen Overseer. Vigor 63%. Vigor 84%. Fallen. Fallen Overseer. Fallen. Wretched Fallen Shaman. Delete. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Barrier, Soul Burner. Vigor, Fallen Shaman. Vigor 68%. Vigor 88%. Fallen. Barrier, 64. Soul Burner. Barrier, 34%. Soul Burner.
Should've locked in, bitch.
0%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Fallen Lunatic. Vigor, Fallen Lunatic. Barrier, 31%. Vigor 82%. Sin Eater. Barrier, 65. Sin Eater. Barrier, 31%. Romath Thunder Dancer. Vigor 0%. Bloodhawk. Vigor, Bloodhawk. Vigor 48%. Bloodhawk. Vigor 68%. Vigor 88%. Character. Spirit. Up normal node. Plus 5. 4 skills spent. Left shoulder button. Right, fallen. Chaosic spirit. Normal mode. 4 skills spent. Enable. Quill volley. Soar. Concussive. Soar. Quill volley. Rank 5/5. Rake. With ring fist. Rake. Rank 5. Rushing claw. With ring fist. Rake. Rushing claw. Rake. Rank. Rushing claw. Quill volley. Rank 5/5. Core. Basic. Eagle. Jaguar. Quill volley. Rushing. Rake. Rank 5/5. Rushing. Quill volley. Rank 5. Rake. Rake. Rushing. Rake. Concussive stomp. Rank 8/5. Item contribution, 3. Defensive. Gorilla. With ring fist. Abilities. The hell tide has receded. You're unspent. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 82%. Vigor 0%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 82%. Normal node. Plus 5 strength. Core skills spend enable, stinger, rake, ravager, rushing claw, rank 4/5, rushing claw, rank 4, rushing, quill, rake, rank 5/5, quill, rush, with ring, the protector, rushing, with, the protector, rank, with ring fist, rank 4/5, basic, centipede, the protector, quill volley. Rank 5/5. Core. Rushing claw. Abilities. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Vigor 82%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 81%. Vigor 0%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Area reinforcement. Vigor 61%. Entering the Hell Tide. Slave corrupted iron will, corrupted iron, corrupted iron, corrupted iron will. Hell Tide Zealot. Vigor 89%. Hell Caller Supplements. Vigor 1%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Rahir.
I have your back, friend.
Barrier 1%. Vigor 41%. Spirit.
You do.
Normal node. Hired reinforcements will cast when the player casts raid. Hired mercenary. Fallen. Barrier. Barrier 36%. Vigor 97%. 0%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 21%. Fallen Lunatic. Fallen Lunatic. Vigor 62%. Fallen. Vigor 82%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 1%. Vigor 21%. Fallen. Barrier 63%. Fallen. Vigor 64%. Vigor 85%. Wanderer's Cap. Carrot, Chaos Signet, Spirit, Normal Node, High Person, Reinforcement, cast when the player casts with ring, cast when the player casts ring, cast when the player casts concussive stomp, cast when the play hired mercenary. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Fallen lunatic. Vigor 67%. Vigor 87%. Variant reinforcement. percent. Vigor 21%.
I gotta pick up the speed too,
Soul
bro.
burner. Barrier
Like 1 second.
64%. Soul burner.
Move just in
Vigor
time.
66%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor
You better get
86%.
in sync, right? You better fucking get in sync, bitch.
Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Pollen. Vigor 23%. Variant reinforcement. Barrier, Vigor 63%. Vigor 84%. Vigor 1%. Pollen. Vigor 21%. Barrier, pollen. Life 94%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 0%. Barrier 29%. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Barrier 0%. Pollen. Barrier 20. Pollen. Barrier 27%. Vigor 1%. Barrier 0%. Pollen. Life 83. Life barrier 28. Vigor 42%. Pollen overseas. Vigor 83%. Vigor 1%. Shocking pollen shock. 21%. Pollen medium. Vigor 41%. Vigor 61%. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%.
Seems like that one's closer than the
Fallen unit. Barrier. Fallen. Barrier. 33%. Fallen. Vigor 85%. Fallen. Vigor 0%. Vile 1. Dreadful Vile 1. Vigor 47%. Flames Corner. 67%. Snow Vile 1. Hell-type BYBYLL Shock Vigor 0. BYBYLL Shock Fever. Barrier. 0. Soul Burning. Flames Corner. Flames Corner. Vigor 87%. Execution. Vigor 0%. Flames Corner. Considering Abomination. Vigor 21%. Considering Abomination. Flames Corner. Vigor 41%.
ones to go. Ones to go.
Vigor 62%. Fallen Shaman. Vigor 82%. Fallen Shaman. Barrier 36%. Vigor 0%. Tortured Souls. Vigor 21%. Hold your ground. Toxic Wonder. Vigor 41%. Soul Mercenary. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 81%. Wretched Souls. Bottom action button. Interact. Vigor 0. Fallen. Vigor 21%. Wretched Souls. Link. Vigor 42%. Vigor 62%. Carrick Chaos Signet. Rare Ring. 735 item power. Plus 7.7% resistance to all. Profile, Wardrobe, Torso. Slot Transmog. On. Equipped. Barrier. Ball Rope. Vigor 21%. Saragar. Teleport. Vigor 41%. Iron chunks are obtained from salvaging weapons and jewelry. Rawhide is obtained from salvaging armor.
My life is only 500.
Saragar. Barrier. 0% Vigor 83%. Rare Ring. 7 Distance Order. Chaos. Profile. Ward. Torso. Neck. Equipped. Ring. Equipped. Ring. Equipped. Rebounding Life Ward Loop. Legendary Ring. 700 and Player's Outpost. Bottom action button. Corpsman. Alchemist. AIP. CDs. Blacksmith. CD. Blacksmith. CDs. Tempering. Leg. Hands. Legs. Ring. Equipped. Rebounding Life Ward Loop. Offensive. Resource. Worldly Stability. Jaguar Efficiency. Eagle Jaguar Centipede Efficiency. Rare. Fitness. Gorilla Efficiency. Rare. Fitness of Centipede Efficiency. Rare. 16 point Eagle Efficiency. Rare. Jaguar Efficiency. Worldly Stability. Rare. 8.0 to 10.0% Resource Generation. 7.0 to 9.0% Resource Cost Reduction. Lucky Hit. Up to a 15% chance to restore. Jaguar Efficiency. Rare. Eagle Efficient. Jaguar Efficiency. Eagle Efficiency. Rare. Centipede Efficiency. Rare. Fitness efficiency. Rare. Gorilla efficiency. Rare. Fitness efficiency. Resource. Fitness of material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Temper rear. Tempering. Temper complete. Material cost. Resource. Offensive. Elemental finesse. Day. Worldly finesse. Elemental finesse. Worldly eagle finesse. Element. Centipede finesse. Rare. Plus 21.0 to 30.0% sharpened finesse. Rare. Plus 50. Gorilla finesse. Rare. Plus 1 to bastion. Plus 36.5 to 50.0% elemental finesse. Natural finesse. Rare. Plus 15.5 to 20.0% damage. Offensive. Material cost. 15. 5. Temper item. Tempering. Temper complete. Material cost. CDs. Blacksmith. Bottom action button. Interact. Reelin. Jeweler. Reelin. Salvage gem. Jeweler. Reelin. Reelin. Add sockets. Rebounding material cost.
Well done.
30. Jeweler. Reelin. Craft gems. Royal amethyst. Gem. Weapon. Plus 32.0. Flawless. Chip disabled. Enabled. Grant. Royal diamond. Gem. Weapon. Plus 40.0% ultimate damage. Armor. Plus 13 all stats. Jewelry. Plus 8.0% resistance to all elements. Can be inserted into equipment with sockets. It banishes doubt and compels action. Requires level 25. Owned.
Oh, I have
3.
it in my jewelry.
Cost.
That's right.
1 million gold. Bottom action. Flawless
Oh wait,
Royal
that
diamond.
was
Flawless diamond. Chip
Oh,
disabled.
okay.
Disabled. Enabled.
That was
Royal
skull.
emerald. Gem. Emerald. Chip disabled. Enabled. Grant. Royal ruby. Gem. Chip disabled. Enabled. Grant. Royal sapphire. Disabled. Enabled. Grant. Royal skull. Flawless skull. Royal skull. Chip disabled.
Welcome
Enabled.
to my home
Grant.
away
Royal
from home.
topaz. Gem. Grand topaz. Enabled. Chips. Skull. Royal. Grand sapphire. Royal Flaw. Skull. Chips. Enabled. Grand Royal topaz. Gem. Weapon. Plus 40.0. Grand. Chip. Royal emerald. Gem. Grand. Royal diamond. Gem. Grand. Chipped amethyst. Flaw. Enabled. Grand. Royal diamond. Craft. Royal diamond. Carrick. Adroit tread. Yaks. Qua. Royal diamond. Ring. Equipped. Legs. Ring. Equipped. Royal diamond. 3. Gem. Can be inserted into equipment with sockets. Weapon. Plus 40.0% ultimate damage. Armor. Plus 13 all stats. Jewelry. Select difficulty. X. Penitent. Locked. Torment 1. X. Active. Portal. The pit. Tier 9. Tier 10. Torment 1. The pit. Bottom action button. Interact. Resistances are capped at a baseline maximum resistance of 70%. This maximum can be increased through various means, but cannot exceed 85%. Koron's Descent. Heart of the Artificer's Realm activated. The Pit. Select the Art of Barrier. 45% burning fire. Artificer's Realm. Play the Pit Dark. Play the Dark. Artificer's Mastery. You will lose 10% equipment durability when you arrive at checkpoint. Barrier, 29%. Firebrand. Vigor 0%. Arsonist. Vigor 21%. Arsonist. Vigor 45%. Firebrand. Vigor 66%. Vigor 0%. Arsonist. Vigor 25%. Snowy Scorcher. Vigor 45%. Shattering Scorcher. We're here. Arsonist. Life, Nang, Arsonist. Life 78, Life 9, Firebrand. Vigor 22, Firebrand, Nangary Bright Skin, Nangary Light Collar. Life 84%, Life 94%. Nangary Slicer. Barrier, Vigor 83%. Nangary Slicer. Nangary Slicer. Vigor 0%. Vigor 20. Barrier 26%. Vigor 41%.
Oh, no, they
Firebrand.
don't want to show it. No,
Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Nangary Light Collar. Arsonist. Vigor 0%. Barrier 3%. Nangary Slicer. Vigor 22%. Firebrand. Vigor 40. Right here. Nangary Slipper. Vigor 63%. Nangary Slicer. Firebrand. Nangary Light Collar. Nangary Light Collar. Nangary Light Collar. Firebrand. Wrong. Nangary Slipper. Nangary Light Collar. Nangary Light Collar. Cosmic Ritual. Nangary Light Collar. Life 100, Vigor 41%, Nangary Slithering. Life 21, Life 34%, Life Nangary Slicer, Nangary Slicer. Life 80, Barrier, Life 94%. Barrel. Fiery Slicer. Vigor 6, Life 30, Arson. Life 69%. Area Reinforcement. Arsonist. Vigor 73%. Firebrand. 94%. Firebrand. Scorcher. Angry Area Reinforcement. Slicer.
come on, bro.
10% equipment durability when you revive at checkpoint. Right here. Barrier. 29%.
Bullshit.
Scorcher. Scorch. More than nicer. Vigor 1%.
This is what I gotta do to kill you, bro.
Vigor 44%. Marauder. Life. Arsonist. Life. Marauder. Arsonist.
Kill him. Right here.
You will lose 10% equipment durability
Fuck
when
you
you
doing,
revive
getting
at
beat up?
checkpoint. Here. Life 1, Barrier, 29%. Firebrand. Arsonist, Morven 9%. Vigor 0%. Vigor 21%. Variant of reinforcement. Arsonist. Arsonist.
Is that so fucking hard?
Vigor
Is that so
85%.
fucking hard?
Firebrand. Vigor 0, Barrier, 12%. Barrier, Vigor 21%. Nangary Bright Skin. Nangary Rock. 83%. Vigor 0%. Arson, Angry Bright Skin. Firebrand. Firebrand. Life, Angry, Shocking Mangoes for here. Life 100%.
What took you all day to throw that out?
Angry Slicer. Angry Light Collar. Barrier, 11%. Life Vigor 0. Life 100%. Vigor 21%. Barrier, 28%. Protection Shrine. Bottom action button. Interact. Variant reinforcement. Vigor 23%. Angry Bright Skin. Angry Bright Skin. Vigor Arsonist. Vigor 88 Arsonist. Minion. Artificer's Realm. Vigor 0 for Arsonist. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Scorcher.
Stop it.
Life,
Stop
life
it.
81,
Stop it.
life
Stop
68,
it.
life,
Go.
life 47%, life 57,
Oh, there they
barrier,
fucking-
life 68%,
Block me
barrel,
in like that. Are you fucking
Life-
serious? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
barrier,
You ain't getting close.
Vigor
You're not
0%,
getting close
Vigor
to me. You're not getting
21%.
close enough to get in, bitch.
Koron's
Fuck you.
demise.
Fuck you.
Bottom action button. Interact, Koron's descent. Bottom action button. Interact. Wretched Angry Slicer. Vigor 61%, barrier, Vigor 85%, life 57, life
Back up.
44%, Angry Bright Skin, Angry Bright Skin.
Get that bullshit off. Get that bullshit off.
Angry Slicer, Angry Light Collar. Angry Light Collar, Minion. Life 43%, life 50, life 64%, life 70, Variant Reinforcement. Life 97%. Vile Overseer. Vigor 21%. You have died. You will lose 10%
What
weapon
now?
durability
What
when
now?
you revive at checkpoint. For here. Vigor 100%. Koron's Descent. Bottom action button. Interact. Artificer's Realm. Vigor 0. Retro Angry Slicer.
Drop on his fucking head. Drop on his fucking head.
Retro Angry Slicer. Retro Angry Slicer.
Fuck you thought this was. Fuck you thought this was. Get the fuck back.
0%. Angry Slicer. Barrier, life 94%. Parking Angry Light Collar. Life 86%. Life 90. Vigor 68%. Barrier Reinforcement. Barrier, 28%. Vile 1. Vigor 0%. Vile Shaman. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Angry like Angry Slicer. Angry like Angry Bright Skin. Vigor 61%. Vigor 81%. Angry like Vile Overseer. Barrier. Vigor 21%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 41%. Vile Luminous. Vigor 61%. Angry Slicer. Vile 1. Vigor 82%. Vile 1. Vile 1. Barrier. 90. Vile Luminous. Vile 1. Vigor 44%. Vile 1. Vigor 68%. Vile Overseer. Vigor 88%. Artificer's Realm. Vile, Windy Vile Vile. Vile 1. Vile 1. Vile 1. Life 68. Angry. Vile Overseer. Vile
10
Overseer.
minutes. No, not no motherfucking 10 minutes.
Warning.
Stop playing with me.
Only
Stop
30
playing with
seconds.
me, bitch.
Artificer's Realm. File Overseer.
Come through the code.
47%. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 68%. Right here. Barrier, 32%. Artificer's Realm. File Overseer. Vigor 1%. Angry Bright Skin. Vigor 24%. File Overseer. Artificer's Realm. Vigor 44%. File 1. Vigor 64%. Shivering, File 1. Angry Bright Skin.
Bust up doing y'all dirty work. You ain't even gonna extend the fucking time, bitch.
Life 100.
Fucking die.
Life 7. Angry Slither. Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 1%. Vigor 22. Barrier, 28%. Vigor 42%. Vile Shaman. Vile.
Right here can barely slip in a fucking good look.
Fiery Vile Overseer. Vile 1. Minion. Vile 1. Vile Shaman. Vile 1. Vigor 25. Fiery Vile over Vile 1. Vile 1. Vigor 97%. Life 100. Vigor 0%. Vile 1. Vile Overseer. Minion. Vigor 0%. Vile Overseer. Vigor 21%. Vile Shaman. Minion. Vigor 42%.
That shit should be fucking bonus, not the fucking mission, bro. Not the fucking mission. It should be bonus.
Vigor 82%.
That not be fucking. That not be the fucking mission, bitch. Fuck that.
1%.
I'm calling this bitch on you.
Shaman. Vigor 41%. Vile Overseer. Vigor 62%. Vile Overseer. Vigor 82%. Nangary Light Pollard. Nangary Slither. Vigor 0%. Vile 1. Vigor 21%. Nangary Light Pollard. Nangary Variant Reinforcement. Vigor 69%. Nangary Slithering. Nangary Slicer. Soul Shot. Vigor 0%. Guardian's Lair. Bottom action button. Interact. Right here. Vigor 21%. Artificer's Realm. Play the Guardian. Vigor 41%. Variant Reinforcement. Life 100%. Mother's Journey. Vigor 21%. Vigor 41%. Barrier. 8%. Vigor 61%. Mother's Journey. Barrier. Life 98%. Vigor 21%. 25%. Vigor 0%.
Took me longer to get here than it took me to fucking kill your
Vigor
fucking
21%.
minion. Fucking bitch. Fuck is wrong with you?
Vigor 41%. Koron's Demise. Vigor 62%. Vigor 82%. Right. Direct damage includes all damage dealt to enemies that is not from damage over time effects. Samok. Barrier, 0%. Apparition left shoulder button. Slay apparitions to stop Belial's illusion. Dry step, fractured peaks. Waypoint. Menace Skoskalan, season quest. The Lord of bottom action button. Apparition incursion. Slay apparitions to stop Belial's illusion. Apparition incursion. Slay apparitions to stop Belial's illusion. Rogues. Saragar. Samok, apparition incursion joined. Apparition incursion. Rahir, Art Null, select difficult X, locked. Torment 1. Test your metal. 4. Portal the pit. The pit. Battle through the pit of the Artificer to earn rewards. Defeat the dungeon fast enough to upgrade your Paragon glyphs at the Awakened Glyph Stone. Select an Artificer's tier to begin. Tier 10, Torment 1. Artificer's tier 3. Top action button. Open. 0. Tier 10, Tier 9. Tier 10,